Hello everyone, this is Starry Ari's ASMR. I am Ari, and today I have my little makeup drawer here because I would like to do some more decluttering. At least I hope that I will declutter a little bit. So I have already done one video doing this top drawer, and this mostly has primers and some complexion products, and mostly primers. And I only got rid of a few things, I think about 4 products. But I kind of knew that that would be my hardest drawer to go through and declutter because I love primers and I love playing around with them under different foundations. And these next drawers, I expect I will get rid of some more things. So today I want to at least sort through the second drawer, and even if I don't declutter as much as I wish that I will, this is at least a really good practice in just getting eyes on what I do have, because I feel like for me, if it is out of sight, it's kind of out of mind. I don't really think about reaching it for it very much. And I have quite a lot of products in here that I think that I could just try and use up. And already, since I've gone through this first drawer, I've tried quite a few of these products again. A lot of them I also got as like samples or like things through Ipsy that I just never opened. And I've already had a lot of fun trying products that feel like they're new to me, even though I've, had them and I just hadn't opened them or hadn't used them in a while. So I want to do the same thing for this second drawer. And I imagine this third drawer will need its own video, but we'll see how quickly this goes today. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my camera a little bit better and take out the second drawer so that we can go through it together. So here is my second drawer of products. This one is pretty miscellaneous, I would say, but I am hopeful that I can get rid of at least a few things in here. So I do have a tub just off to the side that I'm going to set any products that I want to get rid of. I'm just going to put them in the tub, and we can just kind of sort through this. So I am first going to take out these BB creams. Now these are by AOE Studios because these had been my go-to BB creams for so long. And these are actually unopened. And as I showed in my first video, these are 2 different shades, and so one of them is light and one of them is fair. And that is because one of them is my summer shade, one of them is my winter shade. Now I know that I want to keep these and they're unopened, so I know that they're still good. So I'm just going to set these off to the side. But I do really like a BB cream because I think it just tends to look so much more natural on my skin, and it feels a lot lighter. And I feel like as I've gotten slightly older, I tend to just kind of prefer lighter makeup that just kind of smooths out my complexion a little bit and isn't too heavy. I do like a good full coverage foundation every now and then, but for the most part I like BB creams and tinted moisturizers. I do have some powdery products here and some concealers and some fake eyelashes, mascaras. Let me maybe grab one of these concealers. So this is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. And this one is in the shade Light Ivory. Let me open this up and take a look. And there is still quite a bit of product in here. And I think I probably got this when I was playing around with makeup for my wedding. And I'm going to do maybe a swatch, but before I do that, I forgot to mention that I also have my makeup wipes off to the side here. So I'm going to take one out so that it will be just prepped and ready for when I do swatches. Now I can do a swatch, and my lighting is not better from my first video, so I don't know how much you're going to see the shades and coverage and whatnot. I'm just going to try a little dab, just try and blend that out a little bit. Okay. I feel like a good concealer shade for me. Yeah, I don't think you're really seeing that much. But it is a little bit lighter than my regular skin tone. I can't really tell much about it just from that first swatch. So I think maybe I will keep it and give it another try. Because I also, after my first drawer video, created myself a little Excel spreadsheet for kind of my makeup stash so that I can take notes about products as I try them, so that in the future when I'm looking for, say, a new concealer or a new primer, I can just look at my spreadsheet and see, have I tried this one before and I've just forgotten, or were there some that I really liked? Like already there have been a couple of products in my top drawer that I've really, really enjoyed, and I just hadn't, opened them. I hadn't tried them. So that's been a very pleasant surprise. So I think I'm going to do the same thing for some of these products, and I might try them and not like it at all. Like I don't really remember anything about this one. And it might blend out weird, or maybe it sits weird over certain foundations. So I'm going to try this one out and see what I think about it, because it is a drugstore brand. And so if I am looking for a new concealer and I do like this one, this is a good option just for affordability. I also don't know, some of these products might even be like discontinued. But I am going to keep this concealer. And maybe I'm going to take a look at this. This here is by Wet n Wild, and it is a Mega Glow Makeup Stick. It's a highlighter, and I have had this for quite a long time. And it is very like a pretty, this is like my exact highlight shade that I like to go for. And it is very, very pretty. You can see that kind of shimmer shine to it. Oh, and that blends out really, really pretty. I don't really remember trying this one very much. And I do like Wet n Wild products. And like blended out where you can't really see any, big splotches, but it makes this spot on my hand just a little bit glowy. So maybe this is another one that I will give a try. It does have a twist thing, so I am curious about how much product. And it does seem like it goes down, so I'm going to try twist it out, and that is a lot. That is a lot of product. Okay, that's kind of the end of it there, so let's twist it back. So I might try and give this a good shot, especially as I said in my first video, I work from home, and so I recently have been really enjoying just playing around with makeup a little bit more than I might if I was like going in and seeing people in person, because if something looks weird on my skin, if it gives me extra texture and I end up not liking it, I don't really stress about it because my webcam does not pick it up that well. And so I can kind of, get away with a little bit more experimenting and just kind of playing around with what I like. So that feels like a good product for that. Now, let me see this brow pencil. This is a brow pencil by AOA Studio. So this is another Shop Massé product. I do really like their products, but I think I got this pencil and it ended up being, okay, so this one is like a very, very thin pencil on this side. Let's check out this side. Is this like a marker? Oh no, it's just a thick one. Okay. I have found a brow pencil from e.l.f. that matches my hair color like so perfectly. And if I recall, I think this one was a little bit too dark for me. And honestly, I'm not actually even seeing anything come off. There we go, a little bit. Okay, I think it just needed to warm up on my skin. Let's see. So that's that color looks like. And I think it is a little bit too warm. I think that this pulls a little bit, I think, warmer of a brown than I would actually like. I like a cooler tone brown for my eyebrows. This is tricky. Now I'm thinking I could actually use this as an eyeliner pencil, I'm wondering. Because I've been using brown as like to line my upper and lower lash line. I've just generally been using eyeshadow and smudging it out. But I wonder if this one would be good for that too, because this is kind of a nice brown shade. And I don't really know anyone in my life that has like a brown hair color like this that would want to just like clean this off and use it for themselves. So maybe I will try and use this up as kind of a liner pencil, because I do generally do like a brown liner around the tops, like the outer corner of my eye and like the upper and lower. So maybe I will try and use this for that, and if I don't really like it, then I can get rid of it. I'm going to try and clean off this. It's nice that those come off pretty easily. The e.l.f. one is like pretty much waterproof, I think, which isn't bad, and that could be quite good for your eyebrows, but it just means I have to be a little bit more aware. Okay, this one here, this is an LA Colors eyeliner pencil, and I think this is a white pencil, yes, and it looks like it has a sharpener on the end, which is so convenient, and I don't think I've ever used it for that. But this is a white pencil. I'm going to try and draw on my hand and see if it comes up. Oh, it does. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of like actual pencils anymore. I tend to prefer, I don't know what you would call it, but the ones that are kind of like twist out. But I feel like pencils are usually kind of rough. I don't think I actually have another white pencil, and this one does come off pretty smooth. And I think it is always kind of good to just have a white eyeliner if I'm doing something special. So I think I'm going to keep this one. Maybe I will try and clean off my hand. That one also came off really nice, so that's good. Okay, I kind of want to check this out. This is a waterproof eyeshadow primer. Now, I remember when I first got this that I thought it worked pretty well. And then I had tried it not too long ago, and it might be kind of dried up now, so I can definitely throw this away. But I remember trying it, and I don't know if it had just gone bad because I have my products forever, but it just like did not feel like it was working at all. So this is one I can definitely get rid of. Here's another eyeshadow primer. This one is by Milani. Now, I do really like the Primer Potion by Urban Decay. And so that's the one that I usually use. And I just have like a little mini travel version of it because I honestly don't use primer too much. But if I'm doing like a decent amount of makeup or for a special event or something, I do want to use it. But I don't really remember much about this primer. And it looks like I used it quite a bit. But I'm going to just put a little bit on the back of my hand and spread it out. See what I think. Oh, that is actually very, very like warm toned, I think. Which I don't think you're gonna see that at all. And it feels kind of greasy. I don't think I like this right now. Again, I've had it for so long. This might be a good product and it just has gone bad, which is even more reason for me to get rid of it. So I'm going to toss this one too. Okay, I have a couple of concealers by Wet n Wild. This is the Photo Focus concealer. This one is in light ivory. And this one looks a little lighter. This one is in fair beige. Okay. So I think, I don't know which one is supposed to be lighter, but I think this one is lighter. I'm going to try these. I don't really recall anything about these. I loved the Photo Focus foundation for so long. That was my go-to foundation like all through college, and that was like my thing. And I don't remember anything about these concealers. I usually use, it's just like the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. I feel like that tends to work pretty well. And then if I want a little more coverage, I like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I use the hydrating version. And that one is like, okay. There's not really a whole lot to say about it. It felt kind of like it wasn't blending out very well. And they almost feel like a little bit dry. Try and blend this one out. That one is definitely not my shade. That one is so warm, and I feel like in person that is just like highlighting the texture on my hand that I feel like I don't have. So again, I think I've probably had these since college, so probably, about 10 years. And there's absolutely no reason that I need to have 10-year-old concealers, especially if I have other ones that I use and enjoy regularly. So I am going to toss this one. It's too bad I don't really remember what I thought about them. But I had 2 of them, and I wonder if I was just trying two shades to see which one worked for me, or if I liked it enough in the past that I got two of them. I don't know. Either way, I think these have either gone bad or they're just not good products. Okay, I thought that I might do a little bit better in this drawer, and so far I feel like we are. Alright, this is another eyeshadow primer, and this is by Santi, and this is a brand that I found on Shop Marseille, and I, again, don't really remember much about this primer, and it looks kind of like a strange texture. The other thing is I'm also not doing fair swatches because I am doing swatches on the back of my hand after I've like taken my makeup wipe to them. Okay, I don't really like how that blended out, and the packaging feels, it's like that really cheap, almost like rubber, where it ages and it gets really sticky. So I am not a fan of this, so I am going to toss this out. Which is unfortunate that I have so much makeup that I'm throwing away. But, you know, it's already been bought, and it's better than me using it on my skin and having something terrible happen. Alright, this is a Maybelline product. This is the Superstay Active Wear Concealer. And I also do like the Superstay foundation. And I tested it when I was rock climbing. And it surprisingly held up quite well. And I don't really know what I thought about this concealer, and that does not look like my concealer shade at all. I don't think I would like that as a concealer shade, and I don't think it's quite a right shade for me for like contouring or anything like that. I wonder what shade this one is. Does it not have a shade name? Is it just shade 10? It's interesting because I don't know if I could even really make this one work. Like if I have a different color foundation that I'm trying to blend like this tone of color into. No, I don't think I like that shade at all. Which is too bad because it does feel like an okay formula. It feels like it would blend out nicely. But I don't know. And I'm sure that I could try and make this shade work for me in some way. But I don't think I need to. This is one that I could see if my mom would want to try, because she does have a slightly different skin tone than me. So I might see if she wants to give this one a go. I do think the Superstay ones tend to be a little bit more like mattifying, and she does also have quite dry skin, so I don't know if she would like it for that, but I'll offer it and see if she wants it. Okay, I've got this here. It looks actually quite dried up. I'm going to be surprised if I open this and it's not, but it's been sitting on its side, so it makes sense that it might have just settled. But this is looks like a highlighter by The Balm, and it looks like a liquid highlighter in Mary Duminizer. That's what it's called. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was one I got in an Ipsy bag. Let me see. No, that's like chunky and dried up. Yeah, I do remember actually using this one. I think this is one I've had since college. I remember using this one on my eyes, and it was like a very like glowy goddessy type of makeup look that I was going for like an event thing. and it was very pretty. So I do remember thinking good things about this one, but I just kind of got out of my like sparkly eye phase and never really went back into it. I like it every now and then, but I don't have too many occasions now where it feels as appropriate. And so this one obviously being dried up, I don't need to keep it. I have some more products that were hiding under my fake eyelash packaging. Let's take a look at this one first. This looks like another liquid eyeshadow or a liquid highlighter, and it is by a brand Beauty For Real. I think this is probably Ipsy, and the name is Moon Dance. Ooh, that sounds fun. Let's see if this one has dried out, or at least let's see what it looks like. That wasn't promising. I'm going to try and swatch it on the back of my hand. Oh, that is actually still quite liquidy. I think it's one of those tops that has like a really narrow opening. But oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I do think this is another one that I used. Yeah, that is so pretty, and it blends out really nicely. It's another one of those just really pretty kind of light highlighting shades. I think I might keep this one as like a fun liquid shadow if I want to really layer it on my lids, or just a nice liquid highlighter. And it's probably old enough that I should get rid of it, but I just love this shade. This is such a pretty shade. I have a couple of concealers here from AOA Studio. I've gotten in trouble a little bit buying AOA Studio products because they are so affordable, and so I end up thinking like, oh, I'll just get a couple of the shades just to see what works for me, because they do have quite a limited shade range. So I have two concealers, I think probably just for that reason. One of them is Porcelain, one of them is Fair Ivory. And I think Fair Ivory looks a little bit too dark for me, but I'm going to give it a try. They have kind of like a little squeezy tube applicator. There is this one here. This is Porcelain. I don't remember much about these concealers. Whoa, that is so full coverage. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to keep these even just for like if I have something serious that I need to cover up. That will do the trick. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is so impressive. Let me try this one here. This one is Fair Ivory. I've got some smudge on my nail. Okay. Let's try Fair Ivory. This is the one I think is going to be a little too dark. And I would say Porcelain felt a little bit too light, but that's one that I usually could make work. But it is so full coverage that, you know, that one is kind of like, that one's just going to be the color it is, you know. Okay, yeah, that one does look a little bit warmer toned for me. Another, you know, very full coverage. That is so interesting. That one is quite warm. And I don't tend to have the problem of having foundations that need warming up. I usually have the opposite problem where I need foundations that I can tone down. So I think I'm gonna keep the porcelain one and then see if my mom wants to give the fair ivory one a go, because I mean, that is just wild. And, you know, trying them on top of other makeup and seeing how they play with other products is different than just doing, you know, a regular swatch. But just on first swatch, those are so full coverage. Okay, so what did I say? I'm going to keep the porcelain and I'm going to get rid of the fair ivory. Alright. This here is a lash adhesive, and I'm going to be surprised if this is still good. Oh, it is still good, actually. And, well, I actually don't know about that. It is actually very goopy. I don't know that I would want this anywhere near my eyes, because I feel like your eyes are very important to take care of, even though my habits with makeup don't really, you know, say that I care about that. So I think this is something I'm not going to risk, though. I'm just going to toss this. I also very rarely even use fake eyelashes. I would say I've only ever really used fake eyelashes a few times. Even for my wedding, I didn't use fake eyelashes. I tried a few, you know, like leading up to the day when I was planning my makeup. I tried a few different styles. I tried the singles, and I just found I didn't really care for them, and I was perfectly okay with how my regular natural lashes looked. So I am thinking these ones are like super full. And I think that some of these I probably got from Shop Missy, like these singles I got from AOA Studio. But I don't think I'm ever gonna really use these ones, because I think when I've tried them on, I just don't like how full they are on me. So I think I'm going to get rid of these. Maybe see if my mom or one of my friends would want them. I don't think I've ever worn those ones. And these are some single lashes. And I do think I might want to keep these just so that I have some single lashes, just for, you know, if there are any like makeup looks or Halloween, you know, costumes or anything where I might want to go a little bit more full out with my eyes. I think that then I could have them. But, you know, I don't know if I'm ever really going to use them too much. This is another set that I do remember liking more than the other ones, because these ones are a little bit, I think, thinner, so they felt a little bit more natural to me. And I think I got these ones from Rite Aid. So I'm kind of going back and forth if I want to just keep one set. Maybe I'll look at these other ones and see, because I can keep maybe, you know, one or two sets, but I don't need this many fake eyelashes if I haven't used them after years. Here is kind of another fuller set. This is by Cara eyelashes or Cara eyelashes. So these ones are definitely more full than these ones. And this is also, I think it's the same style. So this is style 415. This one says also 415. And I don't know. They do kind of actually look quite similar. These ones look a little bit more angled, so I'm kind of surprised that they're the same lash. I wonder if I ended up trimming this one or something. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. And this one here is style number S3, and these ones are like very sparse, which I do think might end up being more up my alley, because again, I'm pretty happy with my lashes, but if I wanted just like a little extra something, I think maybe I will keep these ones And maybe these ones, just because I think I like the shape of these a little bit more than the shape of either of these ones. So that gives me still, more packs of eyelashes than I think I need for never wearing eyelashes, but that way I just have some just in case. Let's see, I have a random little screw, which is fun, and I have no idea where this came from. And then I do have this mirror, and this was a mirror that went in one of my it was like a little jewelry box, like a little travel jewelry box when I was younger. And the mirror fell out because it was just like hot glued in. And I kept it as just like a little handheld mirror, but I feel like I don't really need it, and I feel like it's just gonna chip at some point, and then I'm gonna have like shattered glass in my makeup drawer, which is not something that sounds particularly fun. And then I also have this random bobby pin stuck to the back of it, so I think I'm gonna take out both of these things. Okay, we are making our way through it. Maybe I'll start going through some of these powders. This is by Seraphine Botanicals. It's Daisy and Pearl Natural Radiance Booster. And I don't really know anything more about it. It doesn't look like it has a shade name. So it might just be what it is. Okay. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I definitely need to swatch this. I mean, this was certainly an Ipsy product. Look at that. That's so pretty. Oh, that's really, really lovely. I think you could just use that like a highlight. Oh, and that blends out so soft and pretty. Alright, I am a sucker for a highlight, so I do think I want to keep that also because that seems like a really fun shade for a shimmer eyeshadow. So I am going to keep this one. This is a little sample of Naked Cosmetics. It is a loose eyeshadow, and it is in the shade Mother Nature. Now, I don't really remember too much about this shadow, and it is, I do remember that it is quite messy, so maybe I'll try and do just a peek in. So that's what it looks like. It's quite dark, but again, it is a like loose shadow. So I'm gonna try and just grab some from the edge so that I can do a swatch. Oh, that's fun. It is a shifting, like a color shifting shadow. And it's almost like a purpley, green, brown, like there's lots of colors in there. I have had this for so long, and I have always just kind of kept on it, or like held on to it, thinking like, oh, I'll use this one day, I'll use it one day. And here I am many years later, and I've never used it. And I wouldn't have like specifically bought this one, so I don't know if somebody gave it to me, or again if it came in Ipsy, but I've had it for long enough and I think I can part with it. This one is by Real Her, and it looks like it has some makeup on the front. I wonder if I can kind of clean off a little bit. Maybe a smidge, yeah. Okay. And it's not perfect, but it's better. This is a highlighter. It says Confidence in My Glow, and I think that is the shade name. Let's open this one up. Alright, that one is definitely a lot more gold than the other highlighter, but again, I am a sucker for highlighters. So I'm gonna give this one a swatch. Yeah, that is so gold. That would be so pretty on the eye though. And it isn't as, like pow as like a gold eyeshadow would be. So I feel like that one is so pretty. And I have blue eyes, and so I do love like golds and bronze colors with my eyes. So that one is another highlighter that I am gonna keep. I have so many highlighters already, and I feel like I don't need this many highlighters. But for now, I do want to keep them. This is a little loose eyeshadow that is a very pretty, like pearly pink, and it is called Pretty Petal. And I can't quite tell what the brand is. Is it M Princess? So I do think another Ipsy product. I feel like this drawer like organizer is mostly Ipsy. And I had used this one for like one fun look, and I don't know that I grab loose shadows very often, but it is kind of fun to have. And this one is so tiny that I think I will keep it because it is cute, and I don't really have many like fun shimmery pink shades like this. I'm gonna keep this one. Maybe I will take a break from the powders and things for a second, and I'll do some of these products. I draw a lot of mascaras, and then I had a couple, I think, left over. This one is another eye primer. This is also by Santi, and it's got that same issue where the plastic lid is like really sticky, and I don't like it. It's like when certain types of plastic like start degrading or something, like it just gets like sticky. So I am gonna toss this one before I even try the eye primer. I don't think this is another one that I've had for a really long time. Alright, this mascara is fully charged, and it's by Pour, and it says mascara powered by magnetic technology. Ooh. And I haven't opened this one clearly, so I think I will hang on to this. I think it's always a good idea to have an extra mascara hanging around just in case. I do have kind of a few mascaras that I know I really like, but if I'm ever interested in trying a different one, I will have this one in my stash to pick from. Okay, I have these ones, or these. They are different, but they're both by Maybelline. That's funny. They're like very similar packaging. This one is Lash Sensational Very Black Full Fan Effect. I'm gonna be surprised if these are not dried out. And yeah, that one feels quite chunky. Oh, that's a really cool brush though. It's like kind of like curved, and it's got really thin, small bristles on this side, and then kind of longer bristles on that side. That's a really fun brush, but I don't remember anything about this mascara, and I have clearly had it for too long. And mascara is another one of those eye products that I don't really like to mess around with. I do replace my mascaras. Like, I think at the regular, like, recommended intervals, maybe I wait a little bit longer, but I think I am going to get rid of some of these. This is another one. This one is Sky High. And I don't know what shade. I think this one is also very black. Okay, that one was really hard to open. And, oh, it's a different brush than the other one. It's actually kind of a nice flexible wand, which is nice. But again, I don't think I'm going to risk it because these have been opened and just sitting in my makeup drawer for far too long. Is another Maybelline. I have a lot of Maybelline mascaras. And this is the Falsies Lash Lift. So this packaging is very, like, nostalgic, I think. Oh, I need it this way. Okay. Yeah, that feels chunky and not like something I want to put on my eye, but it's a really fun full brush too. It's really nice shape. I feel like Maybelline does generally have pretty good mascara. I used to use a Maybelline mascara. I don't remember what it was called now, but that was my go-to for so long. And then now I just use, it's like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. But I'm honestly not too picky about mascaras. Okay, this is another, oh, this is so cute. This one is by Tarte, and it's called Big Ego. I don't really remember anything about this one. And it is very tiny and cute, and that looks chunky. I don't know, maybe some of these would still be fine, but I think I've had them just for too long. I don't need to keep old mascaras that might give me like an eye infection. This is Bad Gal Bang mascara by Benefits. And this one I might have gotten as like a free gift at Ulta actually. Sometime this year maybe, or maybe it was longer, but it just kind of flaked out. So I don't want those flakes falling on my face or in my eyeball. I did have a suspicion that I was going to get rid of a lot of the mascaras. Okay, so here are two mascaras by AOA Studio, but this one is a primer, and then this one is one that you're supposed to put over this. And I don't really remember what I thought about this. Wow, that is such a crazy, like, it's not even a wand, really. That's really surprising. Okay, and let me take a look, because these ones I do think that I got, maybe not this last time I ordered from Shop and Save, but it was, I think, within this last year, which is maybe, you know, still a reason that I shouldn't use it. Okay, this one is like not wanting to come out. I feel like that, yeah, that's like, I don't know what's going on. That feels like glue. So I do think I'm gonna get rid of this one. And I mean, this primer, again, I never really used this to really know much about it. And I mean, this one still feels okay, I think. Well, that actually looks kind of chunky too, so it's a bit of a bummer, but I do think I am going to toss these ones. Okay, let me lay out these last few products so that I can really see what we have. I think a lot of highlighters. Let's start with this one because this one is so fun looking. It's another AOA Studio product. This one is Fly With Me, and it's a shimmer eyeshadow in the color April Showers. Look at that. It looks so similar to many things I've already shown you. But it's like my favorite shade of just eyeshadow. And oh my gosh, that is very, very pretty. And I feel like it's blending out really nicely. And it's a bummer I don't have my lighting set up better so that you can like actually see anything. But that one is quite pretty. I do feel like it actually blended out quite sheer though. So I wonder if I could just really, yeah, I could really like pack it on and like build up the color. Okay, so that one I do really like, which isn't shocking. I don't think I said, but a lot of the AOA Studio products or the Shop Miss A products are like $1. That was kind of their marketing thing for a really long time. And most of their products are still $1. But they do have a line that is a little bit more expensive, but even then it's usually like, $3 or something. So very, very affordable products, and I usually end up really liking a lot of their products. Let's do this one. I love the packaging on this. This is by a brand called IBY. I don't really know this brand. And this is a highlighter. The name is Maldives. Let's take a look. Ooh, you can see I have actually used this one. And it's the same shade that I like. But that one is so pigmented. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do remember this one being like, wow, it's like golden Greek goddess. I love this one on my eyes. So this is one actually that I have used a bit. I just feel like powder products take so long to get through, like even when you're being quite diligent about trying to use them up. I feel like they do take a long time, which is even more reason to not just like buy things because I want to buy them because I have many very beautiful products already. Oh, I'm gonna keep that one obviously. Oh, I have a couple of loose pans here, and I do actually have quite a few like magnetic palettes that I could just pop some of these into. And this one, let's see, this one is called Afterglow. And this one is also by Pure Minerals. And it looks like, I'm assuming this one is also a highlighter. But it doesn't explicitly say. I assume it came in packaging in an Ipsy bag that I just already got rid of. That one is actually very like yellowy gold, which tends to not be my shade, and that's actually kind of super sheer. Yeah, that didn't really do a whole lot, but I have had this for a very long time, so that's, the products that I'm not super impressed by doesn't necessarily mean anything about these products. Could just be that I've had it for a really long time and it's just kind of dried out. So this one I do think I'm going to get rid of because it is more of a yellowy gold, and I think that clearly it's not really wowing me. Here's another loose pan, and this one is called The Good Girl, and I can't quite tell what brand brand this is. I'm not really sure. I think it says Lottie London, but I've never heard of that brand, so I don't know. That is that lovely, like, rose gold shade. Oh, that is like butter that just blended so smooth, and it's not really like chunky glitter. I think that's like another one that can really build up as you want it to. So I don't think I need it, but I think I'm gonna keep it because it's pretty and I do like it. But I think that I might take it out of its little packaging and put it in one of my magnetic palettes that I actually use a bit more, and then maybe I will get some more use out of this one. This is by Wonder Beauty, and it's the Wondrous Glow, and I think the shade is After Hours. So I'm assuming this is a highlighter. Whoa, that is so like yellowy gold. That looks like liquid gold almost. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, that is not my highlighting shade, but I think I could use that for an eyeshadow. I think that would look really, really pretty with my eye color. So and also it's not as like yellowy as I thought. Like, it is quite a warm toned gold, but it's a very like, bronzy gold. So I really like that. Just a couple more things here. This is a Morphe highlighter, I'm assuming. And it's a high impact highlighter, and it's in the shade Spark. Oh, that's really pretty. I've definitely used this one quite a bit. It actually feels a little bit chunky, but see, wow. Oh man, that is beautiful. You know what? I am gonna swatch this one and this one side by side. Okay, so they are a little bit different. I think I like the Morphe one a little bit more, and I think they are too close for me to like justify keeping both of them. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one here, the Wonder Beauty one, but I'm gonna see if my mom wants this one because this is a beautiful product. I just don't, I have so many highlighters, like I need to be a little realistic. And I will keep this Morphe one because that is just beautiful. I've got one more product in here. Let me just double check, yes. Alright, this is by Hip Dot. I think, and this one is in the shade Light Beam. So I think it's a highlighter. Yes, that is, and that is a little bit lighter. It's very much like a champagne color, but even on my swatch, that's actually so bright. Oh yeah, that's really pretty, and it is like a very light highlight, and I think that actually really suits my skin tone very nicely. And I don't need it, but I think I'm gonna keep it because I am a sucker for highlighters. All right. Now I am going to take my makeup wipe that is quite used just from all my swatches and just do a little wipe. It's definitely not perfect. It's got some like chunks or something taken out of the plastic there. It's not perfect, but it is a little bit better. And now I can put some things back into here. I'm going to start with my fake lashes. I have these AOA Studio ones. Got these Cara lashes. And these Andrea glasses, or not glasses, eyelashes. Oh, that is so close. I want this one to like fit right into that so neatly. But, okay. I am gonna stack those two. And then I'm gonna have my mascara kind of in the back here. And then I have all of my highlighters, which is a lot. Still some more highlighters. And I have this little loose eyeshadow pigment. Maybe that'll go there. And then I have a couple of my pencils. And my BB creams. And my concealers. How do I want to do this? Maybe I will stack my highlighters. Like one more level, like that. Don't know where I want. So maybe I'll just set that there for now. So I've got that concealer. I'm going to try. I have this liquid eyeshadow. And this Mega Glow stick. That is another highlighter. And then a Pawpaw AOA Studio concealer. Alright, so this drawer definitely got decluttered. I would say mostly just my mascaras and quite a few of my, like a few packs of my eyelashes. But this definitely looks more manageable, and once I'm done decluttering all of my drawers, I might kind of reorganize them in a way that makes more sense, because like I have a lot of complexion products in my primer drawer, and I wonder if these might fit there, or I don't know. So I'll have to kind of play around with that a little bit. This is this drawer all done. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this video and hanging out with me as I did some more decluttering. And stay tuned if you would like to see me go through this drawer, which also I think has more highlighters and powder products and lots of fun things in there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.